Hi guys, good morning and Jai Jagannath. Unlike the other videos, today we will discuss about the verb. About the verb means what important place have the verb in a sentence. Today we will discuss the transitive and intransitive verb, but before that, what is verb? The word verb comes from the Latin word that is verbum, means a word. It's because it's the most important part in a sentence. When a verb is a word that tells or asserts something about a person or a thing. We can define the verb as a verb is a word that tells something about a person or thing. For example, we can take one or two examples. When in present indefinite, we can say Gopal laughs. For example, the clock strikes. But in past tense, we can say, or you can take a sentence, Govind is scolded. The door is broken. Like that, so many examples can be taken, but a few of them, that means what a person or thing is doing. For example, the cat is dead. We can also take this example. The glass is broken, or I feel sorry. So these can be discussed in our next episode or next video. Then a verb often consists of more than one word, or we can say that the girls were singing, I have learnt my lesson, and the watch has been found. That means it has been missed somewhere else. So we will have to discuss in our next video that a verb is a word used to tell or assert something about some person or thing. It can be of performed for class 6, in class 7, or in class 8, in class 9, or in class 10. But it is a common factor that everybody should know the importance of verb, what is transitive and what is intransitive. Now, for example, we will discuss though in our next video, but today we will take a brief look on, that means transitive verb. What it means by transitive verb means passing over something. That means, suppose we take the boy kicks the football, the boy laughs loudly. That means in the actional word donated by the verb kicks passes over from the doer or the person who is doing or the subject. Who is the subject here? The boy is the subject. That means the subject boy to some object, that is football. The boy, that means the subject. Kicking the ball means the object. So the verb kicks is therefore called a transitive verb, or it means it indicates that it is passing over. That means in sentence 2, so to say, the boy laughs loudly. That means the action donated by the verb laughs stops with the doer or the person who is doing or the subject boy, and does not pass over to an object. That means the boy laughs loudly. That means the verb lapse is therefore called an intransitive verb. Intransitive means not passing over. That means, so the definition of transitive verb can be: a transitive verb is a verb that denotes an action which passes over from the person who is doing or the subject to an object. Again, a transitive verb is a verb that denotes an action which passes over from the person who is doing or the doer or subject to an object. But in intransitive verb, what should be the definition? In intransitive verb is a verb that denotes an action which doesn't pass over to an object or which expresses a state or being. That means, for example, he ran a long distance. This is an actional verb. Ran, that means he has done some action here. He ran a long distance. The baby sleeps. That means it states that, it is a statement that the baby sleeps. There is a dog in this diamond. There is a dog in this diamond. That means being dog in this diamond. Suppose we have to note here intransitive verb expressing being. Take the same cases after them as before them. That means most transitive verbs take a single object, but such transitive verbs as give, ask, do, offer, promise, tell, listen, etc. take two objects after them. That is an indirect object which denotes the person to whom something is given or for whom something is done, and a direct object which is usually the name of something. So that means we can take one or two examples. Likewise, his father gave him 10 rupees. That means his father gave him, that means the boy or the girl, that is indirect. 10 rupees, direct. Directly 10 rupees has been given by the father to his child. He told me a secret. That means he told me a secret. Okay, that is told me. That means he told me a secret. That means me is indirectly used subject and secret is direct object. So somebody told me, that means he, that means Gopal, Govind or Joseph, or somebody told me. The person who told me is the secret, told me the secret. The person is the direct, and me, that means I have listened to that, that means that is indirect. That means most verbs can be used both as transitive and as intransitive verbs. It is therefore better to say that a verb is used transitively or intransitively rather than that is the transitive or intransitive. So in our next video we will discuss elaborately what we have discussed today, and you have to go through and take some examples or another examples to understand yourselves. And until then, bye bye. Jai Jagannath.